Welcome back, HMC, to another pull workout. For today's workout, we're going to need our bands, our dumbbells, and as always, about 3 to 5 feet of space around us. And remember, keep checking in with your body. Make sure that intensity doesn't pass the talk test. And if you feel like you need to take a break, feel free to. Just pause me and come back when you're ready. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead warming things up, reaching up. Exhale, drop it down into some arm circles. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Reaching all the way out behind us, link those hands behind your back. Create a little space between your thumbs and the small of your back. Open up that chest. Perfect. Dropping it down, let's do some shoulder circles, warming up that shoulder girdle a little bit more. Switching directions, let's go ahead, other side. Let's go ahead, left to your left shoulder. Stretching out those traps, making sure they don't take over in any of these movements. Put that nose towards your chin. Back to center, let's go right to your right shoulder. And nose towards the floor. Bring yourselves back over to center, looking over that left shoulder. And back to center, look over the right shoulder. Awesome, perfect. Let's very gently warm up that lower body with some hip circles. Switching directions. Some quick high knees. Perfect, kick yourself in the butt. Perfect. Last one here. Shake it out. Let's go ahead, get ourselves set up for our first movement. So first up here, we're going to do some bent over rows. So standing behind our chair, we're going to step forward in a half lunge with our right leg, right hand, holding onto that chair. Keeping those hips nice and square. We're going to tuck that chin, really long posterior chain here by tucking that chin. And then we're going to draw that arm up towards our hips, bent over row. You got this. Really squeezing with those lats, that muscle kind of in our armpit by our rib cage there. 2 and 1, switching sides. Squaring off those hips, soft bend in those knees, row towards that hip. You got this. And 1, let's switch sides. All the way up. If you can do these 15 reps nice and easy, it's time to move up to a bigger weight. All about that progressive overload here. Standing up, switching sides. Really rowing towards those hips, squeezing those shoulder blades together like we've got $1 million check in between those shoulder blades. Two and 1, stand it up. Let's switch sides for one last round. Halfway there. And one, stand it up, switch sides, let's go, last round. Two, one, last one, and 0. Drop that weight down, grab that water. We should be feeling nice and warm right in those lats now. While you hydrate and have a little rest, I'll introduce the next movement. We're gonna do our high band pull aparts. So feet are hip width apart, hugging baby up and in, creating that neutral spine. Bring those hands above the head, squeezing those lats together. Draw those elbows down like we're pulling ourselves over our band and letting those hands pull apart. Awesome. When you're ready, we'll do 3 rounds of 30 seconds of these. Bring it up, drop it down. You got this. Halfway there. Three, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Shake it out. Take a little mini rest here. Check in on your form. Check in on where you're feeling that. You want to feel it right in those lats, not in our traps, not in those shoulders. When you're ready, let's bring it up one more round. Let's go. Making sure not to arch that back as the hands come above the head. Halfway there. Should be feeling a nice little burn now. And 1, drop it down, shake it out, one more round. Give yourself what you need here, set that intention. Check in on where you're feeling things. Let's go ahead, bring it up. Halfway there. And 1. Drop it down. Shake it out. Grab that water. We're going to keep that same move, but we're going to keep those hands just about chest height, sending our pinkies towards the wall. And remember, we're squeezing those shoulder blades together like we've got $1 million check in between them. We've got that nice neutral spine, strong base of support here. When you're ready, 3 rounds of 30 seconds. Really focusing on squeezing those shoulders together like we've got that $1 million check. Nice firm base of support. 10 seconds here. And 2. And 1. Drop it down. Shake it out. Little micro break. We've got 2 more rounds. Setting that intention. Making sure we're hugging baby up and in. We've got that nice neutral low back. Tucking that chin for a very long posterior chain. Let's go. You got this. Really resisting the band on its way back in as well. 2, and 1. Drop it down, micro rest. Checking in on our form, checking on where we're feeling it. We don't want it in those traps. We want to deepen those lats as well as our posterior deltoids here. All right, final round. Let's go. You got this. Halfway there. 2, 1, and 0. Drop it down. Shake it out. Grab that water, and I want you to meet me along your wall. And we know this one, but in case you aren't familiar, we've got some wall angels coming up next. So backing onto that wall, I want you to create that neutral spine. So press that lower back towards the wall. Bring those hands up just about below shoulder height. And we're going to slide up and down the wall within a comfortable and pain-free range of motion. It's a small but mighty movement here. Really helps us engage those lats. We'll do 3 rounds of these guys. Two. 1 step off the wall, shake it out. Making sure we're tucking that chin, creating a nice long posterior chain here. Shake it out. Give yourself what you need here. Checking on where you're feeling things. Let's go back onto the wall one more time. Really feeling it in those lats and focusing on breathing. The neutral spine. You got this. Three, 2, and 1. Drop off the wall, shake it out. One more round. Really focusing on where we're feeling it. Are we feeling it right in those lats? If you're doing those movements nice and small, keeping those arms as close as you can to the wall, that's where you should be feeling them. Backing onto the wall one more time. Create that neutral spine. Tuck that chin. Let's go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Off the wall. We've got our final movement, our accessory movement here. And we're going to burn it out. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So we're going to do hammer curls for 15 seconds, full range of motion. And then we're going to go 15 seconds top half. And then 15 seconds the bottom half of the range of motion. Really burning things out. Let's make sure we're not moving with momentum here. Really controlled movement. We are in charge of the dumbbell. It's not in charge of us. Let's do it. 15 seconds on the clock. Let's go full range of motion. All the way down. All the way up. Really moving with control here. 2, 1, top half for 15. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bottom half. Let's go. And 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Shake it out, grab that water. And when you're ready, go ahead and meet me in for a cool down. We're gonna reach all the way up. Place those hands together, lean it to the left. Great big inhale, take it to the right. Let's go ahead, take that right arm up and over in between our shoulder blades, boosting that stretch with the left hand if we need. Switching sides, left hand in between those shoulder blades. Dropping it down, pretending like you've got lead suitcases in your hand, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale to center, other side. Now let's look over the left shoulder. Back to center, look over the right. Awesome. Shaking out those arms, let's take right hand palm to the ceiling, stretch out those fingers. Switching sides. Perfect. Going towards our wall, our countertop, our chair, let's do modified child's pose. Bending at the hips, relaxing through the shoulder blades here. And exhale, step it back out. And thank you so much for joining me to our 12th ever pole workout. Make sure to give your body what it needs today, and we'll see you next time.